Have you ever wondered if the very first moments after you wake up could quietly shape the rest of your day, or even add years to your life? I know it sounds a bit surprising, and honestly, I used to think the same way. Like many of us, I believed that aging was just a slow, inevitable slide into fatigue, aches, and fading sharpness. It's a feeling that's all too familiar, isn't it? The mornings when getting out of bed feels like a struggle, when your joints ache, and your mind feels foggy before you even start your coffee. I've been there, and I truly understand how frustrating it can be. But here's the good news. What if I told you there's a simple, gentle way to change that? No fancy gadgets or complicated routines. Just a small, easy ritual you can do in about 5 minutes each morning. This isn't about miracle cures or quick fixes. It's about unlocking a powerful secret backed by science that helps your body and mind wake up strong and ready. Imagine waking up feeling energized, clear-headed, and steady on your feet. No matter if you're 65, 75, or beyond. That's the kind of change I want to share with you today. So, are you ready to discover how these few minutes each morning could make a lasting difference? I invite you to take this journey with me because you deserve to live well, with strength and clarity, every single day. What's one thing you hope to feel better about as you wake tomorrow? Feel free to share. I'm here to listen. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. Now, let's begin. 1. Hydration right after waking up. You may not notice it as you wake up each morning, but your body has already made a silent request, quietly asking for something it desperately needs. You might not feel parched, and your lips may not be cracked, but deep within, every cell is calling out for water. This is one of the most overlooked moments of our day, and yet, it is one of the most powerful. Let me tell you why. Many of us have spent decades waking up and heading straight for the coffee pot or tea kettle, perhaps out of habit, maybe for the comforting warmth, or the small hope it might shake the cobwebs loose from our minds. I've done it, and I know how natural it feels. There's something ritualistic about that first cup, a bit of solace as you greet the new day. But what if I told you that this routine, so familiar and comforting, could be making your mornings harder on your heart, your mind, and your overall health? You see, while we sleep, our bodies are quietly at work. Even as we lie still, we lose fluids through our breath and skin. It's a gentle process, but by morning, we've often lost nearly half a liter of water without ever knowing it. That may not sound like much, but for our bodies, especially as we age, this silent dehydration is no small thing. It thickens our blood, puts extra pressure on our hearts, and makes everything run just a little less smoothly. Think about it. As we age, our bodies naturally hold less water, and our sense of thirst grows weaker. By the time we feel thirsty, we're often already running on empty. This is especially important for older adults, because dehydration is far more than just an inconvenience. It's one of the leading causes of fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and even falls. And it all starts within those first few minutes after you open your eyes. I once spoke with a friend, a retired teacher named Helen, who used to start every morning with 2 cups of strong coffee and barely a sip of water. She was sharp, funny, and endlessly kind, but she couldn't figure out why she felt so sluggish in the mornings, almost as if she were moving through mud. It wasn't until her doctor gently suggested, "Helen, why not try a glass of water first thing? Just try it for a week and see," that things began to change. She did. And within days, she noticed her headaches faded, her mood brightened, and she even felt steadier on her feet as she moved about her kitchen. All from a simple shift. Water before anything else. What's happening inside your body in those moments is remarkable. After hours of fasting overnight, your blood becomes a little thicker. Your heart has to work harder to pump it. Even your brain, the organ that guides every memory, every decision, gets a little less oxygen. For older adults, this can have real consequences. Statistically, strokes and heart attacks are more likely to occur in the first hour or two after waking, partly due to this overnight dehydration. That's why the very first thing you put into your body in the morning matters so much. The solution, though, is beautifully simple. Before you reach for coffee, tea, or breakfast, take a few moments for yourself and drink about 16 ounces of room temperature water. It's not about chugging it down or forcing yourself to swallow a huge glass in one go. Just gentle, steady sips, letting your body soak in what it has been quietly craving all night. Many experts, and indeed countless older adults who've made this change, suggest adding the juice of a quarter of a fresh lemon to your water. It's a tiny adjustment, but it can make a world of difference. Lemon brings more than just a bright, refreshing taste. It delivers potassium, vitamin C, and natural electrolytes that help relax your blood vessels and reduce inflammation. There's even more. These citrus compounds can help stimulate collagen production, which supports both joint strength and skin elasticity, things we all wish to hold on to as we age. But you might wonder, why room temperature? Why not cold water, especially on a hot day? Here's where the science is fascinating. Cold water, although invigorating, can cause your blood vessels to constrict. That's exactly what you don't want when your system is already dehydrated and your heart is working a little harder than usual. Lukewarm water, on the other hand, helps expand your blood vessels, allowing blood to flow freely and reducing the strain on your heart. It's a small but meaningful way to show your body some kindness each morning. Some mornings, as the light gently filters through my kitchen window, I find a small peace in preparing my water. Squeezing the lemon, watching it swirl and cloud the glass, then taking those slow sips as I watch the world wake up outside. It's a moment just for me, a pause before the day's noise begins. And over time, it's become a gentle promise to myself. I am worth these few minutes. My health is worth protecting. Of course, you may not notice a dramatic change after just one day. The benefits build quietly, little by little, until one morning you realize you're standing up from your bed with a bit more steadiness, you're greeting the morning with clearer thoughts, or you simply don't feel that old familiar drag anymore. The beauty is in the consistency, and the gift is in how easily this habit becomes a part of your day. If you live with someone, perhaps a spouse or a friend, invite them to join you. My neighbor, Tom, and his wife started this morning water ritual together after hearing about it from their daughter. Now, each morning, they share a quiet moment, a smile, and a clink of their glasses before the day begins. It's a simple act, but it's brought them closer, given them something to share and celebrate each morning. Hydration is not a miracle cure, but it is a foundation. It's the soft opening of your day, the gentle waking of your heart and mind. And it's something that anyone can do, no matter your age, no matter your routine. For older adults, it's an especially powerful way to counteract the natural challenges of aging. The reduced thirst, the changes in kidney function, and the slower metabolism. All these things make us more vulnerable to dehydration, but also more capable of reaping the rewards when we address it with care. You might be surprised by the ripple effect. That first glass of water sets the tone for better choices throughout the day. You may find it easier to resist sugary drinks or that extra cup of coffee. Your digestion will thank you, your joints may ache less, and you'll notice your skin holding onto its glow a little longer. For those who manage chronic conditions, like high blood pressure, diabetes, or arthritis, proper hydration is not just beneficial, it's essential. Well-hydrated blood flows more freely, reducing the risk of clot formation. Your kidneys, the silent workers cleaning your blood night and day, are given a helping hand. Your mind, often prone to sluggishness or even confusion in later years, receives the clarity it needs to stay sharp and attentive. And perhaps most importantly, you give yourself the gift of intention. By pausing each morning to hydrate, you're reminding yourself that you are still in control. You are still choosing how to greet the day, how to care for the body and mind that have carried you this far. So tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, I invite you to make this small promise to yourself. Drink your water, take it slow, and let your body thank you in its quiet ways. Remember Helen, who found her energy again with a simple glass. Remember Tom and his wife, who found a connection in a shared morning ritual. Most of all, remember that you are not alone on this journey. Every morning is a new chance, a small but powerful opportunity to give yourself a little extra strength. You might not feel the change overnight, but give it a week, 2 weeks, a month. Watch as your mornings gently shift from sluggishness to clarity, from ache to ease. Let your glass of water be the first step toward a better, brighter day, and a stronger, healthier you. And if ever you doubt that something so small could make a difference, just remember this. It's often the quietest habits that leave the greatest mark on our lives. Hydration right after waking up is one of those gentle, steadfast friends. So lift your glass tomorrow morning, and toast to your health, your years ahead, and the beautiful truth that every new day is a gift, and you are more than worthy of living it well. 2. The circulation reset. 60 seconds of movement. There's a quiet moment each morning, just after you swing your legs out of bed, when your body stands at a crossroads. You might not feel it as you settle your feet on the floor, or as you pause to catch your breath and gather your thoughts for the day ahead, but your entire system is making a decision. Will it start slow and sluggish, weighed down by hours of stillness and the silent grip of time? Or will it awaken with gentle intention, ready to greet the morning with energy and stability? I remember not so long ago how many mornings I'd wake up, shuffle groggily to the bathroom, and feel a strange sense of heaviness in my legs. Sometimes there was even a little dizziness, as if my body needed a few extra minutes to catch up with my mind. If you've ever felt that lightheadedness, that moment of unsteadiness as you rise, you know how unsettling it can be. For so many of us, it's just become part of the morning routine, something we accept as just getting older. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But what if I told you this is more than just aging? What if it's a signal from your body asking for a simple, loving act of care, one that can be done in just 60 seconds with no equipment, no fuss, and a whole lot of benefit? Let's talk about your circulation. During the night, as you rest and dream, your heart keeps working quietly. But because you're lying still for hours, blood pools slightly in the lower parts of your body. Your muscles relax, your blood vessels constrict a little, and your brain, so hungry for oxygen and nutrients, gets just enough to keep things going. Then, when morning arrives, your heart is suddenly asked to speed up, your muscles must become active again, and your brain demands a fresh supply of blood and oxygen. This is the moment when many older adults feel dizzy or even faint. Studies show that blood pressure tends to drop as you move from lying to standing, which can leave you feeling wobbly. It's a subtle thing, but it can make the difference between starting your day with confidence and beginning with a fall or a fright. The risk is real. So many dangerous falls, broken hips, and even hospital stays begin with a single misstep on a sleepy morning. But here's the part that so many people overlook. This problem has a simple, science-backed solution. A gentle, 60-second movement sequence I like to call the circulation reset. Imagine this. Instead of stumbling straight into your day, you pause for just 1 intentional minute to help your blood flow freely, to tell your heart, I am ready, and to let your brain know it's time to wake up. It's not a workout, it's not a stretch class. It's simply a mindful way to bridge the gap between rest and action, and it might be the easiest, most effective health change you ever make. Let me share the story of Richard, a neighbor who'd always prided himself on being independent. At 72, he still liked to tinker in his garage and walk to the store for groceries. But he started to notice he felt woozy in the mornings, and one day, after standing up too quickly, he nearly collapsed beside his bed. That scared him. His doctor explained that this was orthostatic hypotension, a fancy term for a drop in blood pressure when you stand up. The prescription? Not a new pill, but a 60-second circulation reset, first thing every morning. It's so simple. When you wake, before you hurry out of your room, sit on the edge of your bed and plant your feet on the floor, shoulder-width apart. Take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, slowly raise both arms above your head. Feel your chest gently expand, and notice the air filling your lungs. Then, exhale as you lower your arms, allowing your shoulders to drop and relax. Repeat this movement 3 times, letting each breath be a little slower, a little deeper. Next, roll your shoulders backward 5 times, smooth, gentle circles, as if you're tracing the shape of a small cloud. Then forward, 5 times more. Feel the little tingling as your muscles wake up and your blood begins to move. Finally, while sitting or standing, whatever feels safest for you, lift your heels off the ground, just a few inches, hold for a second, then lower them. Do this 10 times, feeling your calf muscles gently contract, acting like a pump to move blood up from your legs back to your heart. These small motions don't require strength or stamina. They require intention, a promise to yourself that you deserve to start your day safely, with clarity and confidence. Within seconds, you may feel your mind sharpen, your cheeks flush with a little warmth, and your heart beating strong but steady. The science behind this ritual is surprisingly powerful. When you wake up and move intentionally, you encourage your blood vessels to expand, and you help redistribute blood from your legs to your brain. Johns Hopkins researchers found that just a minute of light, targeted movement after rising can boost blood flow to the brain by up to 40%. That's not a typo. 40% more oxygen and nutrients delivered to your most important organ, just by honoring your body's need for gentle activation. Not only does this reset help clear the morning fog, but it also reduces your risk of falls, improves balance, and supports overall cardiovascular health. Over time, you'll find your mornings are steadier, your mood is brighter, and your whole day feels a bit more grounded. There's another benefit too, one that often goes unnoticed. These movements also wake up your lymphatic system. Unlike your blood, which has the heart to keep it moving, your lymph, the fluid that carries toxins out of your body, relies on muscle movement to flow. This 1-minute sequence isn't just about your heart and brain. It's also about giving your immune system a little early boost, helping your body clear away yesterday's waste and prepare for today's challenges. For so many, this simple routine becomes a moment of mindfulness, a daily check-in with yourself, a way to say, I'm here, I'm present, and I'm taking care of me. It's not a chore, it's a gift, especially as the years pass and the world feels a little less predictable. There's comfort in having one thing you can count on, 1 minute each morning that's just for you. After a few weeks of practicing this, Richard told me something that stuck with me. I didn't realize how much I missed feeling steady. I thought that ship had sailed. But now I get up, I move, and I feel like I've given myself a head start, even before breakfast. You don't need fancy equipment, a gym membership, or even much space. Just a bit of willingness to pause, to honor your body's needs, and to take these moments for yourself. Over time, these 60 seconds may become your favorite minute of the day. A minute that helps you stay independent, helps you avoid injuries, and gives you the confidence to take on whatever comes next. So tomorrow, when you rise, before you shuffle off to make coffee or check your phone, remember, your body is asking for a gentle reset. Give it those 60 seconds. Breathe deeply, move with care, and step into your day with renewed energy and purpose. You've earned it. Let your circulation reset be a small, loving act. An affirmation that your health and happiness matter, not just to you, but to everyone who loves you. And if you ever find yourself doubting whether something so small can make such a difference, remember the wisdom we gain as we age. It's often the quietest routines, the simplest acts of self-care, that build the strongest foundation for a life well lived. Every journey begins with a single step, or in this case, 60 seconds. Let yours start tomorrow. 3. Protein timing. Fuel your muscles early. There's a quiet moment each morning, just after you've taken your first sips of water and helped your blood start flowing again, when your body stands at a crossroads. In those early minutes, something subtle but profound is happening inside you. A process that, for years, most of us never even thought about. Yet, It's this small, almost invisible shift that can determine whether your days are filled with steady strength or a slow and frustrating decline. Let's talk about what's truly happening after you rise, and why the very first thing you eat can make all the difference in how you age. Many of us grew up hearing the old saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But as time goes on, habits change, and sometimes breakfast becomes an afterthought, especially when you live alone, or your schedule has slowed, or you simply don't feel hungry first thing. Maybe you just pour a cup of coffee and nibble on toast an hour later, or perhaps you've started skipping breakfast entirely because you don't want to fuss. It feels harmless, but your body tells a different story. You see, while you're sleeping, your body is hard at work behind the scenes. Not only is it repairing tissues and refreshing your mind, but it's also using up the energy stores in your muscles and liver to keep everything running. When you finally wake, your muscles, those silent, faithful companions that carry you through every step, every errand, every hug, are already running low. And if you delay fueling them, your body starts looking for backup energy. All too often, that means breaking down your muscle tissue, a process called catabolism. It happens quietly, without pain or warning. But the results show up as weeks and months go by. Your arms and legs get weaker, lifting groceries or standing up from a chair gets harder, and your balance isn't quite what it used to be. You might even notice you tire more easily, or you just don't have that same spring in your step. It's not just getting older, it's your body crying out for fuel, and for most people over 65, that fuel is protein. I once knew a gentleman named Marvin, who'd always prided himself on being sturdy and self-sufficient. In his 70s, he'd spent decades gardening, fixing things around the house, and walking the trails near his home. But he came to me one day looking frustrated, saying, "I just don't understand it. I'm eating pretty healthy, but I'm losing muscle and energy. I don't feel as steady on my feet, and I can't keep up with my grandkids like I used to." It didn't take long to see the culprit. Marvin wasn't getting enough protein in the morning, and what he was eating was too little, too late. Scientific studies have proven that after 60, our muscles become more sensitive to both loss and recovery. Our bodies naturally shift into a faster rate of muscle breakdown during the early hours of the day, right when most older adults are still running on empty. That's why the timing of your protein matters just as much as the amount. Experts at the National Institute on Aging discovered that people over 65 who consistently eat 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within the first 30 minutes of waking up lose less muscle over time, an incredible 64% less over 5 years, compared to those who skip or delay breakfast. Think about that. Something as simple as an early protein boost can slow the loss of muscle, help you stay strong, keep your independence, and support the activities you love. That's not just science. That's the chance to keep living life on your terms. So what does this look like in real life? It doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. For many, the idea of making a big breakfast feels overwhelming. But a high-quality protein shake, a few egg whites with one whole egg, or a bowl of Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder, all of these fit the bill. If you're vegetarian, soft tofu, cottage cheese, or a plant-based protein blend made from peas and rice work beautifully. The key isn't what you choose, but when you have it, as early as you can, ideally within that first half hour after you wake up. Let me tell you about Susan, a retired nurse in her late 60s. She'd gotten into the habit of skipping breakfast, saving her appetite for lunch. She was always busy with her garden, volunteering at the local library, or babysitting her great niece. But she'd started to feel her energy fade by midday, and she dreaded those times when her legs just didn't want to keep up. When she tried the early protein ritual, mixing up a shake and sipping it while reading the newspaper, she was amazed at how quickly her stamina returned. She called it, "my little morning miracle." Within weeks, her aches eased, her joints felt less stiff, and even her moods improved. She felt lighter on her feet and more herself than she had in years. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. There's more to the story though. Early morning protein does more than just fuel your muscles. It stabilizes your blood sugar and keeps hunger in check for the rest of the day. For anyone managing diabetes or struggling with weight, this small change can make it easier to avoid crashes and cravings. By giving your body what it needs up front, you reduce the urge to snack on sweets or overeat at lunch and dinner. It also helps keep your mind sharp. Your brain, after all, is a hungry organ, constantly requiring amino acids and nutrients to make new cells, repair old ones, and support your memory. When you nourish yourself early, you give your mind the tools it needs to stay focused, solve problems, and feel resilient against the little stresses that come with each new day. But for many, the idea of eating protein early just feels odd at first, especially if you're not used to it. My advice? Start small. Maybe it's half a cup of Greek yogurt, a scrambled egg, or half a protein shake. See how you feel, then gradually build up to that 25 to 30 grams. Over time, you'll find your body welcomes this gift, and you'll notice your appetite for it growing stronger. Listen to your body's cues. If you're not hungry right away, try to eat within the first 30 to 45 minutes of being up, even if it's just a light bite. Another little tip: prepare your protein source the night before. Set out the protein powder and blender cup, or pre-cook hard-boiled eggs. That way, you won't have to think or fuss in the sleepy morning hours. You'll simply follow through on a promise to yourself. Sometimes, making this one change can spark a new sense of pride. You're not just feeding your body, you're taking charge of your aging process, one morning at a time. You're telling yourself, I deserve to stay strong, and I'm not giving up on my independence. That's a powerful message, not just for you, but for your loved ones too. When they see you making this effort, you might inspire them to take better care of themselves. As the days pass and you feel your energy return, your muscles holding firm, and your balance improving, remember, it's the quiet habits that matter most. A little protein, timed just right, can help keep you walking, climbing stairs, dancing at family gatherings, and hugging your grandchildren, firmly and without fear. That's the true gift of self-care. So tomorrow morning, as the sun peeks through your window, ask yourself, what can I do to fuel my body for the life I want to live? Pour that shake, scramble those eggs, or open that cup of yogurt. Taste the difference, and trust the process. This is your time. A strong body, a clear mind, a steady step. These are the rewards waiting for you when you make protein timing part of your morning ritual. You've earned every bit of strength and freedom. Don't let it slip away quietly. Claim it, one breakfast at a time, and savor the feeling of living life on your terms. 4. The 90-second mobility sequence. If you've ever stood up in the morning only to be met by stiff knees, aching hips, or a creaky back, you're far from alone. For so many of us, these aches and pains arrive gradually, first as a whisper, then as a stubborn, unwelcome guest that refuses to leave. There's a temptation to shrug it off, chalking it up to just getting older. But what if I told you those first few minutes of the day hold the secret to moving through life with more ease, less pain, and a whole lot more freedom? Let's be honest. Nobody dreams of starting their day feeling stiff and slow, or wincing at every twist and turn. It can be deeply frustrating to discover your body no longer responds the way it used to. Maybe you notice it when you try to bend down to pick up a dropped sock, or when reaching for your shoes suddenly feels like a complicated yoga pose. These little moments, so easily overlooked by younger folks, are constant reminders for us that aging, while a privilege, comes with its own set of challenges. I remember talking with Gloria, a spirited 76-year-old who loves baking for her grandkids and tending her flower beds. She confessed to me once, "Mornings are the hardest. I wake up and feel like I've been glued together in my sleep. It takes ages just to loosen up enough to walk to the kitchen." Her words struck a chord because they echoed something so many older adults experience: the silent stiffness that creeps in overnight. What's happening here? During sleep, your body slows down. Your joints aren't moving much, so the synovial fluid, the natural lubrication inside your joints thickens. Your muscles relax and cool down, and connective tissues tighten just a bit. It's nature's way of conserving energy. But when you suddenly leap out of bed and dive into your day, your joints are caught off guard, forced into action before they're ready. This is a big reason why falls, strains, and even little injuries are so common in the morning, especially for those of us in our later years. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept this stiffness as inevitable. There's a simple, science-backed way to gently wake up your joints, muscles, and connective tissues before you start moving around. It takes less than 2 minutes. A 90-second mobility sequence designed specifically for people like us who want to stay independent, safe, and active as long as possible. Let's picture this together. The sun is just beginning to light up your bedroom. You're sitting on the edge of your bed, and instead of hurrying through the aches and groans, you take a moment for yourself. You begin with your feet, rotating each ankle 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. This easy movement wakes up your lower limbs, helps push away any overnight swelling, and gets blood flowing to your toes and arches. Next, you move to your knees. While sitting, gently rotate each knee in small circles, about 10 times each. You might hear a soft pop or two, and that's okay. What matters is the gentle, pain-free motion. This little move encourages the synovial fluid to start moving, bringing much-needed lubrication back to your knee joints. If you've dealt with knee pain or arthritis, you'll notice how this simple act can make those first steps of the day much more comfortable. Now it's time to stand up. Hold onto a sturdy chair or your bed frame. No need to test your balance just yet. Slowly lean your upper body from side to side, 5 times each way. Feel the gentle stretch along your waist and lower back. This side-to-side sway releases tension in your spine and hips, areas that often hold tightness from lying still all night. The next move is a slow, careful twist, turning your torso left and right, without jerking or forcing. Just a slow, controlled rotation, breathing deeply as you go. If you've ever found it tough to look behind you while backing out of the driveway or to twist and reach for something on a high shelf, you know how valuable this motion is. It gently wakes up your spine, encourages flexibility, and reminds your body what it feels like to move with ease. Finally, finish with your shoulders. Roll them backward 10 times, each circle a bit bigger than the last. Feel the tension slide away as you breathe out. This isn't just about your shoulders. It's about opening up your chest, releasing tension from your upper back, and preparing your arms for all the little tasks of the day, from making coffee to hugging your grandkids. These movements may sound simple, almost too simple to make a difference, but that's exactly what makes them powerful. In just 90 seconds, you've honored every major joint, activated key muscle groups, and given your body the gentle nudge it needs to move safely into the day. You're not just loosening up, you're protecting yourself from injuries, preserving your independence, and starting the day with a sense of intention and care. You might wonder, can something so short and easy change how I feel? I can tell you, after years of working with older adults and practicing this myself, the answer is a resounding yes. I've watched people who used to dread mornings reclaim their confidence, move with less pain, and smile at how much more enjoyable their days become. Over time, the benefits multiply. Less stiffness, better balance, even a lighter mood. There's a scientific reason for this, too. As you move through these gentle motions, your body releases endorphins, those natural, feel-good chemicals that lift your spirits and help chase away the early morning blues. Even if you're someone who sometimes wakes up feeling anxious, lonely, or overwhelmed by the day ahead, this small act of self-care can provide a surprising boost to your mood. It's a ritual that bridges the gap between rest and action, giving your mind a moment to settle and your spirit a gentle encouragement to start fresh. I think of Gloria, who now makes her mobility sequence as much a part of her morning as her first cup of tea. She told me, "It's like tuning my body before I go out into the world. I still have aches some days, but they don't control me anymore. I feel ready." That's the real magic here, not the absence of pain, but the presence of readiness, confidence, and control. If you live with someone, invite them to join you. Turn these 90 seconds into a shared ritual. Laugh at the clicks and pops together, cheer each other on, and enjoy the simple joy of moving in unison. If you're on your own, use this moment for yourself, a small gift of attention and kindness that sets the tone for your entire day. As you continue this practice, you'll notice something else. Your body will start to crave this gentle movement. On the days you skip it, you'll miss the way it wakes you up, softens your edges, and brings you into the day feeling cared for. It becomes a promise you make to yourself, a habit rooted in self-respect and a desire to live fully, no matter what the calendar says. So tomorrow morning, before you hurry into breakfast or chores, pause. Take those 90 seconds for yourself. Wake up your ankles, your knees, your hips, your spine, and your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Move gently. Smile as you remember that every day is a fresh opportunity to choose health, comfort, and freedom. You are not defined by your age or by the aches that sometimes greet you in the morning. You are defined by your choices, by the loving attention you give to your body and the way you nurture your independence. This simple 90-second sequence is your invitation to move through life on your terms, with a little less pain, a little more grace, and a lot more joy. You've earned that right, so claim it every single morning. 5. Mental clarity exercise. Waking up your mind. Each morning, as your body begins to stretch and move, there's another important part of you waiting patiently for attention. Your mind. It's often the part we take for granted, especially when mornings feel rushed or when the fog of sleep still lingers in the background. But the truth is, how you awaken your brain in those first moments can shape not just your day, but the years ahead. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you've ever found yourself standing in the kitchen, staring blankly at the coffee pot, struggling to remember where you left your glasses, or feeling like your thoughts are just a little slower than they used to be, you're not alone. Many older adults experience moments like these, and it can feel alarming. You might worry about memory loss or cognitive decline and wonder if there's anything you can do to keep your mind sharp. Here's the good news. Recent research from places like Stanford Center for Brain Longevity reveals that the first 30 minutes after waking hold a golden opportunity for brain health. This window is prime time for stimulating your brain's ability to grow, repair, and stay resilient. Scientists call it building your cognitive reserve, which is basically your brain's backup system to help keep you thinking clearly even as you age. So, how do you tap into this incredible potential? You don't need puzzles, apps, or complex exercises. Instead, just 1 minute of focused memory recall, a gentle, mindful rewind of your recent past, can activate a powerful brain chemical called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain's neurons, helping them grow new connections, strengthen old ones, and keep your mind sharp as a tack. Here's what I love about this exercise. It's simple, soothing, and surprisingly effective. After your gentle morning stretches and hydration, find a comfortable spot to sit, close your eyes, and begin retracing your steps, but in reverse. Start with the evening before. What did you eat for dinner? Who did you speak with? What were you wearing? Move backward through your day, recalling the afternoon, the morning, and even the little details. The scent of your breakfast, the sound of the birds outside your window, the feel of the chair you sat on. This mindful rewind isn't about perfection or getting every detail exactly right. It's about gently waking up your mind, training your brain to focus, and giving it a loving nudge to remember and connect. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, and you might find yourself amazed at how much your memory improves, how much sharper your focus feels throughout the day. I once met Clara, a vibrant woman in her late 70s who worried constantly about her memory. She told me, "Sometimes I forget names or where I put things, and it scares me. But this little exercise, just sitting quietly each morning and reviewing my day backwards, made me feel more in control." It's like a warm-up for my brain. Clara started with just a minute, and now it's part of her morning ritual, a way to greet the day with calm and clarity. Beyond memory, this exercise also strengthens your attention and mental agility. It helps you practice mindfulness, reducing stress and anxiety that can cloud your thinking. And because it pairs so well with your earlier hydration, movement, and nutrition, you create a powerful synergy. Your whole body and mind working together, waking up stronger and brighter. If you're someone who likes a challenge, once this backward recall feels comfortable, try going further. 2 days back, 3 days, or add sensory details like the taste of your morning coffee or the feel of the breeze. This keeps your brain engaged and constantly building new neural pathways. The beauty of this mental clarity exercise is that it's accessible to everyone. You don't need special tools or training, just a few moments of quiet intention each morning. And the benefits ripple throughout your day, helping you stay connected, independent, and joyful in your thoughts. So tomorrow morning, after you've hydrated, moved, and fueled your muscles, take this moment for your mind. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and gently replay your day in reverse. Let your mind stretch and wake, knowing you're giving it exactly what it needs to stay sharp, resilient, and ready for whatever comes next. You deserve to greet each day with mental clarity and peace. This simple habit is a loving way to honor yourself and your lifelong journey. Every thought you nurture, every memory you recall, every moment of mindfulness strengthens the incredible mind you've built over decades. Your brain is your life companion. Treat it kindly, wake it gently, and watch as your days become fuller, clearer, and brighter. This is your moment, your practice, and your power. Embrace it, one mindful morning at a time. As we come to the close of this journey together, I want to remind you just how powerful those few simple minutes each morning can be. It's easy to underestimate small actions, especially when the challenges of aging feel so overwhelming at times. But the truth is, these gentle habits, a glass of water, a moment of movement, a bit of nourishing protein, some gentle joint care, and waking your mind, they're not just routines. They're acts of love, kindness, and respect for yourself. I know it's not always easy. Some mornings are harder than others. Some days, you might feel the weight of years pressing down, but I want you to hold on to this. You have the strength to shape your days and your years ahead. The choices you make now, in these quiet moments, are the foundation for your independence, your clarity, and your joy. Imagine waking up in your 70s, 80s, or even 90s, feeling steady on your feet, clear in your mind, and full of life. That's not just a dream. It can be your reality. You deserve to live well, to feel vibrant, and to savor every precious moment with the people you love. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Remember, you are worthy of health, happiness, and freedom. Take these 5 steps tomorrow morning and every morning after. Your body, your mind, and your spirit will thank you. And know this, you're never alone on this path. We're walking it together, one beautiful day at a time.